out of darkness into the light. Experience the moment of truth. The joy of a lifetime is here. Radio LIB, Liberia's #1 online radio station. Listening to Radio LIB, Liberia's #1 online radio station.
Radio LIB. Long time.
In order to provide you with quality round-the-clock programming and entertainment, your #1 station depends on its listeners' donations. Please donate to Radio LIB by clicking on the Donations tab at the top of the webpage. Radio LIB appreciates any amount donated to keep the station running. Thank you for listening to Radio LIB, and thank you for donating to Radio LIB.
Right, now we know. Hey, yeah, now we know. Hey, yeah, now we know. Oh, Hey, yeah, now we know. They gave us free food. Get our brothers. That's what they're doing right now, in the DRC. Free education, and they come and reap us. Oh yes, a beautiful song there by our brother. I love this song, because the weddings and and the lyrics and it makes everything is just so perfect. The message is crazy. He's brother. How do you call it? Zawe. He's elder. Actually, he's he's got message in this song. Except having even in Liberia, I've not heard the music playing there. But let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's great to be in your company once again after a couple of days break due to official assignment there in Paris, France, where the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Manuel Weah. I wish I need to practice how to call the president full name, the name that he pronounced on I think on inauguration day. Yeah, the name is so long. I have to learn how to pronounce that name. So yes, I was on the special mission there to cover the program on the banner of Liberia's #1 online radio station, Radio LIB. And it was wonderful to have been a part of it. We want to touch it later on. We'll touch on bits and pieces of everything on our program. The show coming up in about 10 minutes actually, because from where I sit and broadcast right here now in the United Kingdom, the time is 9:00 p.m. 2100 hours. The 20th of February. So in the next 29 minutes or so, I will be expecting my colleagues, Loretta, Mary, and of course we are hoping to be joined by the station manager of Radio LIB, Christian Nokofo Nelson. I'll be touching on bits and pieces. We'll look at the local daily as well. What is appearing tomorrow in the newspaper tomorrow, or what's it that was trending today in Liberia through the kind courtesy of Front Page Africa, and of course Observer, Daily Observer, and the Inquirer as well. And we'll look at some of the pictures or some of the stories that also have been trending today across the continent of Africa, and those stories that will be appearing in some local dailies across the continent as well. But let's take this musical break, okay? Let me say bonsoir tout le monde, mon frère, wherever you are, especially for my family and friends in Conakry. This one for you guys exclusively. I've been to Kamara and your dearest husband, Mr. Amadou Kamara, and the rest of the family. Let me see my big brother, that Jew. They call him that Jew. The Jew all the way there. He's always taking over Conakry. Yeah, we're gonna be there in a couple of months, man. I'll be there and wrap Conakry up. And I'm going to go to Freetown as well. Freetown, Sierra Leone, election is coming up, is being heated there. Hopefully Radio LIB will be represented there. I hope to be around maybe 2-3 days to the election day in Freetown to give you some happenings there. A lot of elections I earmarked for this year across the continent of Africa, So wherever we have the opportunity to go, we will go. Radio Live will go and bring you the actuality there as well. So let me see. Winakusha, everybody day, everybody free time, all of you guys in free time in Kenema, in Bo. I want to say your hello, man. It's great to have some of you guys always following me from that end as well, especially on Facebook. It's great to be in your midst always. Let me go to Zimbabwe, Harare, and see your hello. I have my sympathy, especially the people of Buyera. There's lots of great hero there. A great hero. You know, when somebody is on this planet and they know the reason they are here, and they always stand by what they say and what they do, irrespective of whatever treatment is being leveled against them. I respect them for that. Not to be bought so easily. Comrade Morgan Shangara, I just want to say to your family there in Buyera, Zimbabwe, you take heart. He played his part as far as transforming and also changing the face of politics of Zimbabwe is concerned. This man played his part. And I know wherever Robert Mugabe is right now, former president of South Africa, we always sit down and say yes. Zimbabwe lost a great hero. The comrade is gone today, but whatever footsteps left, let's hope that those young people, gallant young men and women of Zimbabwe who thinks this guy footstep is worth following, they will take them out to continue. Because he stood for the people and he stood the test of time. And he was never afraid to say the truth to Robert Mugabe. This is why I know it's not an easy price to pay when you say you want to be an advocate for social justice, when you want to stand on your feet and tell somebody you are doing the wrong thing, you need to change. And sometimes when they are in power, they excessively use the power and you will always be in trouble. So Comrade Morgan Shangara was always in trouble. I can remember once upon the time that he was beaten up, and the man came from the hospital. I saw him, I couldn't believe it. And the next day, he was up and challenging issues that needed to be transformed in Zimbabwe. South Africa too, to South Africa as well. Let's hope that the footprint Madiba left. Those guys, the power grease guys as well, in that part of the world, they can also change and move this country forward. Because especially the president that was kicked out of office, I can say, which I'm so happy of, former President Jacob Zuma. I'm so glad that I can put the word, and I can be so proudly using the word now, former President Jacob Zuma, corrupt, one of the most corrupt African leaders of our time. Not you only leave in the office, but I really, really hope that not only the Indian, your most trustworthy business guys, the Gupta guys, not only them, that the law will be chasing to investigate them properly. And bring them to justice if there is any involvement directly or somehow indirectly with the malpractices that were going on in the regime of Jacob Zuma. You guys will pay the price. And not only you guys, but even Jacob Zuma himself, as he is now, former president of South Africa, will face the justice, will face the court one day, will face the people of South Africa one day. Will face them and tell the people and confess to us and tell us that indeed the village, his retirement village that he built, the money came from the taxpayers, that he illegally misused the money. That property or whatever it is, the village, he built. How can you build a whole village? You say that's my retirement place. A whole village. That almost everything is there. African leaders, bad leaders, they continue to sit in power. And the moment we give them the chance at a very, very early stage, that's when we miss the boat. But I can wait, especially I continue to, if God give me a long life, I pray for it, that one day I can sit here, I can sit anywhere and listen to Jacob Zuma being interrogated, cross-examining in the court for corruption. Let's see whether at least the government of South Africa can retrieve some of those corrupt money that, wherever they're saving them, and take them back to South Africa to improve the life of people there. The DRC. We continue to sit in our African leaders as well, like Magufuli were talking about it last time. John Magufuli. The problem with Africa is we, let's say our African leaders, why is it that up to now the war in that line, in that part of Africa, the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, the so-called Democratic Republic of Congo, Joseph Kabila, he sits there like somebody who feels that because, yes, my father was there and it's me that's supposed to, he go kill his own father. And he just sitting there, people using him, other people using him. In the quest of them getting all the mineral resources on the cheap, on the black market, without paying anything good for it, so that the people, the very, very villages that the minerals, those villages that minerals are coming from. Some people do not even know what the mobile phone is. And the irony is that every gadget that we use, those elements that make that actually contribute so much, nearly 90% of making it possible that we talk to each other on the mobile phone. It's coming from the DRC. And the very, very villages that those minerals are being dug or mined, the people that do not know phone, they have not seen your cell phone. And the people sit in the city and they forget about those people, because the brown envelopes are coming in the night, overnight. Illegal arms deal going on as well. How can you fight? How can a country be in a war for 20, 30 years? You can't finish. So all my listeners there across Conakry, of course, with Mr. Amadou Sow taking the lead for this particular party we're taking right now. It's great to be in your company. Bonsoir, bonsoir tout le monde. All of you there across Conakry. And of course, for those of you also in Congo Kinshasa and Cameroon, I wonder it's great to be in your company. DJ Bibisu, all the way there. And always crazily hitting the airwaves there in Alright, the president visited across international visitation, let me put it that way. 3 countries, Morocco, Senegal, and France will be analyzing the visits later on the show under the Palava Hut. Of course. Justice for Regina. A poem for justice. I am 13 years old. I saw him as a father. He clothed me, fed me, and schooled me as well. As my father, I did not hesitate to do what he asked of me, an obedient child, except those nights when he would touch me inappropriately. I flinched when his large hands would cover my upper chest. In my heart, I am asking, are you really my uncle? My father? My father's brother? I felt helpless as his dominating adult body overwhelmed my small child's body frame. I turned my face, cried, and then played dead to stop the pain. He tells me, be quiet like a good girl. And this is our secret. Don't tell no one. As I lay there in pain and feeling confused. I am 13 and I am Regina. Should my father be doing this to me? Soon after my helpless body was touched and penetrated, I started to feel weak, tired, and sick. I am 13. Will you not believe me? I went to school and fainted. I knew something was wrong with me, but who can I tell when it seems like everyone is looking at me funny? I was told that I am pregnant. Pregnant? Pregnant? Me pregnant? What is it? Quickly, I was removed from where I did consider my home in the city and taken back to the village. I'm surrounded by family, but I am scared. People are talking, but I am scared. I keep my face down. Who can I trust? Do they know what happened? As my belly slowly extrudes for 9 months, I am petrified. They say I was bad girl. I am beginning to think that I am bad girl, pregnant. At night, I cried, feel anxious. I am afraid of how this thing is going to come out of me. I feel excruciating pain. I mean, very terrible pain. It is almost like the pain I felt before, but worse. My tiny body has to push out a baby. They tell me I have a baby. I'm still in pain. I am 13. Wouldn't you believe? Listen to me. At least for once, my body is working like it used to. It is no longer. I am urinating and defecating uncontrollably, as if my body can no longer take the pain. Will this pain ever go away? I am told not to talk like I was told before. I keep my face down. I was betrayed. The big people failed me. Who can I trust to protect me? Can I trust you? I am 13 years old. I am Regina. I am your daughter, and one of countless of girls that are sexually abused every day in Liberia. I think I was raped. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, that's that poem actually. I developed that poem from the writings of a campaign writings there by Dr. Francine Richardson, current courtesy of all. Thank you for her there. Thanks so much, Dr. Richardson, and thanks for also giving me the opportunity or the go ahead to transform these words into a poem, so that we can continue with the campaign to help our children live life in Liberia. And I shamefully up to this present. And it is a lawmaker that was last year accused of impregnating Regina. The state servant we filed being called upon by the authority to answer some questions. And as far as we are right now, we don't know the whereabouts Regina and her infant. How can you treat your daughter like this? Oh yes, that's your own daughter, because your brother's child, as far as our African connection, even in the civilized world, in some part of the world that we feel there is no culture, and they do have sisters and brothers relationship. They do have first cousin and second cousin. Some of them, they don't even go in terms of relationship. Your brother entrusted you, and because of the opportunity, became the breadwinner for almost the entire family, becoming a representative. Your brother is not in a position to send the children to school, and gave you one of them and said, let that be with you and help you with your daily activities in the home, and send her to school. Your brother's child is your child. For God's sake, can you believe it? You got a woman in the house. You got scores of young women in Liberia, 13 years old, in your house, who trusted you, who call you daddy. and you go rape her, and you're going free. And nobody's talking about it. All right, okay. I remember young blood just posted on Facebook about the visit and of course they harvest they got on the visit, and then trying to defend the those that are challenging them on the issue of 25 member delegation to this trip. And some of us, they asking the questions. The benefit of taking 25 people on a trip. And she's coming out to say, oh yes, we benefit, even though this is the amount, and she have given the amount that is spent on the trip, and say, yeah, okay, this is what we got as profit. Come on, man. Come on. Representative, come on. Young blood. Now we want to know, actually we want to know, are you the press and public affairs or press attached to the president? A representative? Special AD? We don't even know your position now. Right now, you got to tell us. Honorable Young Blood. I don't know, you're trying to avoid me in Paris. To be honest, I think I never wanted to approach you to interview you, honestly. No, not at all. That work you did right now on Facebook this afternoon, it is not your role. That is not your work. Sorry, that is not your work. You are not the press secretary to the president. Further information from the press secretary to the president, you have to go to the Ministry of Information. The spokesperson for the government of the Republic of Liberia is the Information Minister of Information Ministry, okay? They clove the authority, especially for such an official visit by the president and his entourage. Of course, Honorable Eugene Nambwe was there. Let me say to you, Big Brother, how are you? But please, somebody's overlapping. And I almost said it yesterday. Almost. If they were going to give me the chance, the opportunity to ask all of my questions, I have one question that actually a young blood, Honorable Young Blood was. I mentioned her, especially about the hitting on the press, on journalists. So we want to know the definition of your role in the government, in this particular government, because the past government, we saw you serving one aspect of responsibility as a representative of Mosorado Council District number 9, I think. I stand to be corrected, anybody who watching or listening. So why the sudden change now, Honorable Pelham? What is sudden change? Why you couldn't play all the roles when you were serving under the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government? Why now? You want to be a special assistant to the president, a press secretary to the president, a special AD to the president? You are not responsible to collect gifts that are given either to the vice or to the president or the first lady. That is not your role. You are bringing yourself down too much. Please, anyway, we hit on that more later on. The time from where I sit in broadcast is 9:30, and of course, just about the time now for the show under the Palava Hut. I'm just waiting for my colleagues now to call, all of them to call in, so we can start the show. I'm expected to be joined by the station manager of Radio LIB, Mr. Christian Nelson, aka Nokofo, and of course my co-presenters of the show, Loretta, all the way there from nowhere, and Mary, the melody lady of Radio LIB, based here in the UK. So we have a lot for you to talk about. DJ Raymond Soul, thank you so much for today. Okay, we got our new DJ joined us, and we so pleased that we got somebody to be spinning at least 2 days a week. All right, I think we have I already have our special guest for the show tonight. Mr. Nelson is already with us. Let's just continue with this song. Let's see whether my other colleagues, co-presenters, can join me, and we can keep the ball rolling. But let's say I want to move to the Bassa people. If you come from Grand Bassa County, this is for you exclusively. I want to move. And so many things I saw in Paris when the president. Oh God, you know why? I will talk more later on. And some of them calling me on Facebook, telling me on Facebook I hate the government, and then I benefited from the. What benefit did I get by going there to feed you with information and give you the actual happiness there? That is our direct, it's our benefit I got. Who tell you that the government pay my way to go there? A part of it was done by my own station Radio Alabi. Okay? So let me let you know now. The government of Liberia, or neither the embassy, never contributed to my going to Paris for 3 days to cover the events. Okay, I went there to do the job I love doing best. Then you come here, you even make that kind of a stupid, sorry for the language, comment on my page or on what I wrote, telling people that I'm benefiting from the government, criticizing the government, and I start benefiting from the government. Come on, man, I'm not waiting for that. I'm not even pushing for that. Lots of lapses, I went on there, lots, and I can only, I can't hold myself back to not talk about it, because I want to see the president right now, President George Weah, is not president for CDC. I want you guys to get to know this. He's not president for CDC. He is the president of the Republic of Liberia. Whatever. Whatever happens when he goes somewhere, let me stop the music. I already have. I'll soon bring in Mr. Christian Nelson. Still trying to wait for other guys to join me, but I'll soon bring him in so you can hear your voice. But look, this is it. I know Mr. Nelson will also prepare on some of the issues I will be raising, even if they want to ask me questions about the visit. I will also be able to respond to them. I don't mind sitting behind the microphone and be the interviewee. Okay, they can be the interviewer and I can be the interviewee today. But this is it. The reflection of the president. I want you guys to get this. The president, as far as the leadership is concerned, being the president of the Republic of Liberia, you are the light bulb of the country. Now, if it shines, it reflects on all of us, whether some of us are back home or not. The reflection will come on us. When you go down, when the leader, cools down and they go down some kind of way, damn or so, the reflection will also come on us, and it comes in different forms. Okay, it comes in different forms. When the leader cools down in the way that perhaps they are just sitting absolutely doing nothing, and the economy is in shambles, maybe the lifestyle of people is changing, is diminishing, is coming down. That reflection will be on each and every one of us. But when he's hard working and he knows what he's doing and he's putting things in place and he's counter checking and balancing things, and that light bulb is beaming, the reflection will come on all of us again. And so I want you, especially those of you that feels that, what I do or what I say is always wrong because your mentality is you're so limited. You think that the constructive, in fact, you are not even taking it as a constructive criticism. Or you say, oh, I don't like the government or so. How would I not like my government? I want our government to be in a direct order, that I can have an access of going to Liberia and coming back and doing what I love doing best, meeting people and doing, at least trying to transform lives also, or change people. So if I don't love my government, then I won't love my country. I won't even love doing what I'm doing, or what I've been doing. I won't. I want you guys to get this. I don't sit here to insult. I don't insult. I hate that. I don't sit here to just insult. Since I've been doing my shows, even during the campaign time, when it was really head on, and I refer to it as, I even described one time I was interviewed in Liberia recently, that our election, our campaign period was brutal. And some people think that brutal, when you use the word brutal, it means that you have to take you have to punch somebody, or you have to take knife and and knife somebody also. No. Our campaign was brutal, because many people were at the throats of people, and the leaders were torn apart, like they were trash also. And one day you didn't see me doing those things, and I was always on the other side advising people that we need to respect our leaders also. And so I want some of you guys to get it. And this notion that people who, some of us who sit and criticize constructively, we are detractors. You're getting it wrong. The choice of words, some of you got to change. This is our country. I sit here, I sit behind the microphone and talk. I move about to go and do what I love doing best, especially in Liberia on the soil there, because I feel that's my responsibility. I have a responsibility to my country. You are not the only person. And I want to keep reminding you, President Weah isn't the president of CDC. He is the president of the Republic of Liberia. Wherever he goes, if he's meeting the Liberian community, he is not meeting you as CDC Palestinians. You got to get this clear. We'll come later on. Because those lapses that I saw there, if it continues like that, that when the president is going somewhere, even in Liberia also, look, line of demarcation had to be set. Not because, we played football together yesterday, that I should have an instant, except he himself created that avenue, but I should have an instant access to him. A line have to be. But yeah, there's something wrong somewhere, man. Yeah, President Weah, you need to have people of caliber to be your advisors. Because if you still have those guys that were advising you yesterday when you were still running to become president or so, forget it, man. Things will continue the way I see it will continue, and the reflection will come on the entire country. So let me stop here, because we'll do more talking tonight. We got plenty of hours to go. We will open the lines as well, and you will be able to engage with us as well. But let me welcome my station manager. He's already been seated now for about a couple of minutes now. Mr. Nelson, let me just call your nickname so that people will know that you're the one. Good evening to you. I know it's evening time.
No, it's still in the afternoon here at 4:41 p.m.
Okay.
How you doing?
Yeah, late afternoon now. Yeah. So
So
how are
you drink your Red Bull for energy?
not really for energy. I drink it because I love it. Not for energy. I got lots of energy, honestly. Yeah. I'm hoping to be off air by maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and maybe go somewhere, spend 2-3 hours, come back and rest, and then tomorrow we'll start the day. Thank you so much. That's Natasha there, all the way there from Malawi, representing the Malawian, but presently in the UK. Mama Africa Foundation, thank you so much. Once she comes on the watching me live, I can just enjoy the fingers going across, the blue fingers, the heart going across. Thank you so much. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So, boss man, welcome to the show. We're waiting for Loretta and Mary, but in the meantime, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Holding on to dear life, Max. And let me say, on behalf of Radio LIB and all the listeners, we say thanks to you for your dedicated service to bringing us the news.
Okay.
You know, it's up to us not to interpret it the way we want to see it.
Yeah.
I do have issue with the protocol at the embassy. I mean, if the seating is not enough for everyone, then do a raffle draw, first come, first serve. I don't know, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, first come, first serve. And then we only got 20 seats, and that's it. Whether you coming from Switzerland or Germany, that's it. Yeah. Or find a bigger venue to accommodate people.
Indeed.
But we say thanks to God. I know there was few the push and pull going on, but
I know you guys were many people were reacting to the video, the images. The people were security, trying to stand before my camera and not, actually recognizing those and push. But I got to the point. I don't know whether people even capture my voice. I got to the point when the security guard, was telling me, Max, he didn't call my name anyway. He just say, don't bring the camera too close. Don't pass the camera in front of me or so. Or I'll call the French police to come and get you out. So I told him, I said, well, I said, let me be very frank with you. They won't carry me out. I can leave right now if you want me to leave. And the how do you call it? The chief of protocol himself was just right by. So the chief of protocol was telling him, I said, no, forget it. That's just what it was.
Well, it comes to etiquette. Sometimes we just go silly. And then there was I think it was the security guy standing in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, by the way, until one of the brothers came around, he said, Max, let me help you to handle it. You can handle your microphone, and you can control the microphone. I'll control the video for you and take it. And then even that fellow again, the Messi, he will call the police on him to take him outside.
Well,
so somebody told him, say, my man, they think they're not, that's what I'm bringing here. They may, right now, he said, the president, he came here for these people purposely. He didn't come here for the embassy staff. They may not.
That will happen when you don't have proper protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody should have been seated. I don't see why people were standing up. Everybody should have been seated. And that way you got full control of the crowd instead of underwear dressed back. I know normally it would be moved back a little, but dress by dress.
I know.
But anyway, That's us.
Yeah. Look. We got a couple of issues to actually put on. But first of all, let me see. I wanted us to start from one point to another. Let me just give you a little bit of info with respect to who I saw there.
Before you do that,
yeah.
We saw Emmanuel Shaw. Was he a member of the delegation, or was he just in Paris and happened to drive by?
I tried to authenticate that. I must say, I was trying to approach him after the whole thing when the president was about to leave, and I was trying to approach him, but it's like he went very a little bit faster to the president. I even wanted to have words with him before I could speak to Honorable Prophet Chambers. I wanted to have words with him, but I couldn't. I really do not know. To be honest with you, the 25 member delegations, I don't know all of them were ministers or so, but I don't even want to believe it. But very few that I could actually identified. Sorry that I'm now on the ground every day to attend press conferences and be able to facially recognize people. Very few people. I think it was Sunni Honorable Mona Pelham, that one about many people know her because of the role she plays now, and Honorable Buffett Chimos, who is the speakers, I think, and the information minister Eugene Nangbe. The finance minister was there. What is his name, sir?
To where?
Yeah, the finance minister was there because that was the only time. In fact, I got to know. Cause I don't know him personally. When I asked my question, the question has to do with economy, and then instead of the president giving me a little bit of answer or giving us a little bit of answer, the first thing he said, I'm not an economist. So my finance minister can answer that. So anyway, look.
So the question I beg to ask then, if you were asked by a French journalist, would that have been his answer?
Certainly. Number 4, certainly, that would happen. Certainly, from what I sense, certainly. I don't want to lie to you. That exactly the answer would have been. Because you can tell me, say, I spoke English. So even if the question were asked in French, you can tell me, say, you will understand the question in French better than the English version of it. So I can conclude that if that question were posed by anybody, maybe the answer would have been the same.
Okay. I hope he does his homework, because it might come out again at a different setting, and the finance minister can always be the one to answer it. As president, you should have some idea on your economic policy. No.
Probably, let's just kick the ball rolling while the other guys can come. Yeah, the way we start now, let's just continue on that. For the information, like those guys that mentioned, those are the people that I could remember seeing there. And the first lady, of course, she was there as well. Many of you people saw, and entourage of the embassy staff there. We all know. I don't know who is there plus 229. I think the lines are not open yet. So let me see who is trying to call first. So in terms of the 25 people. Now we're talking the last time, which everyone were, we all were guessing 24, 23.
Do you have the list of the?
But listen now. From what I saw this afternoon, I mean, on the social media, which of course, Honorable Mona Pelham have just released some information. I think she will come out now to give us the name, because she's more like a press secretary again. Yeah, because honestly, we're coming to deal with that as well. So, to have actually getting the they count without even facial recognition of people that were actually on this that made up the delegation to the 3 countries tours. It was really difficult because we were there. Some Liberians came from Germany, in the whole of Europe, across Europe. People came, so we were kind of mixed there. So it was hard to even tell who were member. Yeah, a member, especially a member of the delegation. But I don't know. We deserve more answers. Let's be frank. As far
I mean, even before the trip took off, we should have known who all was coming on the flight.
Yeah.
But it was a hidden secret until some of the raised a concern, and then it immediately went on the executive mansion website and post some release. But who all were on the trip, nobody knows.
Yeah, it should.
One of my concern is why you got a speaker, President Pro Tem, on a trip.
Yeah. Good question. Because
what were their roles? The purpose of them being on the trip, joyride. But that's Liberia, you know.
Yeah, and what I'm saying, I think we deserve answers with respect to just this bit and pieces of information that are coming from the newly press secretary to the president, Madam Asei, whether I should refer to her as honorable, because to me she's no longer a representative because of the role she's playing now. From Mona Pelham, a young blood, because she's the only one now actually that have released this information that I think is supposed to come from the press secretary to the information minister and to us.
We still need details on the loan. Yeah. They say free, are we supposed to pay back after such amount of years?
Yeah.
Are we paying back with interest? I mean, we know nothing about the loan. Yes, we got something back from the trip. That's good. But what's the arrangement on it?
We need to know, because at the end of the day, if we are indebted, tomorrow we have to pay. And so isn't it tomorrow you come to tell us, that little thing we got the last time, that credit, so we have to pay? No. It's now we have to know. Now, when we got to the when it was about time for the president to come, there was some kind of a little bit of order that was being spearheaded by the authority at the embassy. Of course, the president and his entourage were guests of them, but like what I was saying this afternoon, the lapses I saw there, I didn't see much coordination between the embassy and the protocol staffs, because the meeting was heard upstairs, and as it's supposed to be, everyone's supposed to be seated first, and then the president and his entourage, some of his entourage will be seated, but even most of the members of the delegation have to be seated with just few people that's supposed to be close with the president to escort the president upstairs. Now we got there, the whole little bit small for everybody. They managed to squeeze those that they could squeeze in, and some people were seated on the stairways or so. And recognitions were made. Representation of a community across Europe, where a Liberian community were also made as well. And I know the first guy that spoke, we won't do the replay today, but hopefully if I have the time, maybe tomorrow afternoon, we will listen to the full speech, and then we can discuss it. But the lapses I saw there, number 4, the security, they need to improve the security arrangement with the president. It seems to be many people are, few people are doing too many things around the president, that some of what they are doing is not even their own responsibility. Roberta, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yeah, Noki's on the show. I said Noki 4 is on the show as well. Say hi to him.
Hi, Noki 4.
Loretta, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Holding on to dear life.
All right, welcome, dear. On the Palaba Hot. I'm just trying to give. I know you've been following, so let me just continue from where I stopped just now. If Mary will join us today, fine. Other than that, we just open the lines, then we all chip in. So, as far as what I saw is concerned, and my experience there is concerned, I think the responsibilities are not being monitored, and people are doing job that they're not supposed to be doing. And unless perhaps the office of the president can actually put her house in order, if it continues that day, honestly, we will continue to be made shame outside there. Because our president, let me be very frank, he is a labor person. From what I saw, besides the campaign, the campaign period that I went closer to him, this is the second time I have gone much closer to him, and all of what I was doing there was observing everything and every movement as well. And what I saw there, one, let me start off with Honorable Mona Pena. Yeah, I know she followed me quite a lot. Yeah, maybe right now she's listening. Let me start off with Honorable Mona Pena. Honorable Mona Pena, young blood. To me, quite frankly, the president should have left her behind on this particular trip, based on what transpired before this trip. This woman beat on a journalist that we understand from our push for an inquest into this matter, that there's a special committee to be looking into this matter. In a civilized society, under a civilized regime, this woman shouldn't have been on such a trip. Now, we are seeing that instead of her being a representative for her district, she has now become a special aide to the president, and also another role she's playing also is the role as press secretary to the president. Press secretary to the president. And I think unless this lady, this honorable, is actually told her responsibility, as far as, let's forget about whatever relationship that is between her or how friendly, close they are, she and the president. The president is the president now. She have to stay in her house and continue with her responsibility there. But I think we have to help as well to propound on this issue, and let educate her. For her coming this afternoon to post on Facebook, on social media, to tell us about the visit, that's not your work. You're not a press secretary to the president. You are not. There's a whole lot of lapses. I saw the special AD. The special AD was standing like a stranger. And even when the president was about to even receive gifts and things, even when the first lady was about to receive gifts. Only the first lady special aid, the lady, I could see her, she was doing her job perfectly. By the time the first lady was called upon to receive her gifts, she was a kind of in front to direct and receive the gifts.
Who?
I don't know. I don't even want to call her name because security reason. So, I mean, she coordinated that aspect good. I mean, got to the president, we didn't see something like that. People directly were presenting the gifts to the president, and they were not, a kind of a special gift or so. Now, the lapses were huge. Even Honorable Muna Pelame, when the president, when the people, I mean his people, some of them who are, I can say, some personal friends way down the line, some of them started to come around to speak to the president. And the next thing, Mr. President, you know, you let go. You leave the president alone. So, that work isn't your work. It is the work for the special aid. Because he's there to, he or she is there to supervise the security, to control everything as far as the movement of the president is concerned. And the eye contact mostly is between the special aid and the president. Sometimes what I have been seeing in the past, they even communicate with their eyes. The president, the leader, and the special aid. With their head and everything. The special aid control the head, President, Your Excellency, let's go. It's time to go. And thing. You don't have to go and hold or yell by the president and say, oh, Mr. President, oh, enough now and whatsoever. For God's sake, man. Yeah. So these are some of the things I saw there that I feel that, for me, it didn't go down well with me. And I think we have to talk about it. Let this woman know her responsibility. She is not special aid. She is not the press secretary to the president. Yeah, number 4. Let's hear from you. Then we'll go to.
You see, we don't rehearse things, and that have been one of our biggest downfall. Even what a person is saying, they should have rehearsed that portion. And the protocol officer of the embassy should have that in mind. The president stand here, John Doe stand next to the president, the other person stand next to the president. And there's a line of who's supposed to stand. But we don't do all those things. We just get up and let's stand up. I mean, I've never seen a place where the president got to leave and everybody's moving around. How do you control security?
Oh, yes, that won't happen.
Most times people tell everybody be seated until the president exits.
After the national anthem, everyone's just was supposed to remain standing still where they are. The president and his entourage leave.
But in Liberia, a different situation. You say all the things and say, oh, you're jealous. There's nothing jealous, it's security. Nothing to be jealous about it. Everybody want to meet the president. But for security's sake, come up with a protocol. Everybody be seated until the president leaves.
Yes.
If y'all got to meet the president, then there should be another gathering. And everybody getting line to shake hands.
Yeah.
Everybody getting line to shake hands. You want to do little chat here. You do that. But you say all these things, you say, oh, you're over there, you don't do nothing. Well, let's keep it up.
Yeah, Muna, why are you talking about the young blood? What is your own analysis?
Who here call Muna? You calling me Muna?
No, I'm talking to number 4. I say,
Okay.
What is your own analysis on young blood? I mean, the role she's playing.
Well, the role she's playing, is raising a lot of suspicions, and people are getting to believe whatever rumors is out there that she have trust herself in a role on becoming of a representative. I mean, not a press officer, you're not a political officer. On this trip, she should have had a role. That one will know what role was she playing on this trip.
There you go.
I know she's the chairperson for the executive committee in the House. But what role was she playing on this trip? Did she just come on the trip because she wanted to come to France?
Yeah.
We don't know her role. Who all were members of the delegation and what role were they there for? I mean, you can't bring that large group of people behind you and the citizens don't know who on the trip. We raised the issue. They say, oh, the Senegal government were footing the trip until somebody leaked something from the central bank, and then they blame a citizen, and up to now the citizen is still locked behind bars with no charge, which is a constitutional violation. You can't keep anybody beyond 48 hours without charging them.
No.
But that's like Europe, man. We do our own thing. So maybe Muna would be able to tell the public down the road her role in the government. Is she a representative? Is she a designated link between the House of Representatives and the office of the president? All these things sometimes bring in a Western way, bring more to your district. You got special rapport with the president. You can whisper in your ear to put something in the budget for your district. But
sorry,
our economy is not set that way where the district representative can.
Yeah. Loretta, before we open the lines up, what are your thoughts? Because I think you follow the development while I was there, especially when I was live or so. What do you make of some of the things I'm raising right now?
Yeah, actually, whenever I hear us making such statement that this is Liberia, then it comes to my mind that means we're not ready to go forward. Because if we continue to have that mentality that's Liberia, so for that reason, everything about us should be behind, then definitely we will remain behind instead of going forward. And that's something that I really, really want for us all to start to work on. That is number one. But because things instead of getting bad, it's getting worse up and worse up all the time. Whenever it comes to Liberia is just something different. I don't know if they are continent or they are country or whatsoever, but I don't know which part of the planet I can place them. Everything about them is just different, because especially for the people that in the various positions, they all travel and they all watch television. They see how things work on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to them, they don't even. I don't see them coming closer to it. What I saw down there, even me, if I go somewhere as just a common citizen, I want to put things under control. But what I saw down there is look like the whole government. They need to go for special training, including the president himself, because he himself, I don't think he knows his role.
No, you can't.
If they ask me, I don't think so. Because there are some things the president should have control over. He should have control over it. And there are a lot of things that happen, comes to his knowledge. He knows about it. And then he don't take decision at the time. And all the things that are going on when it comes to this, Muna Pena, I mean, it's overboard. Because most often when the president is somewhere, Muna Pena is just all over the camera. Either she crossing in front of the president, or she going to whisper in his ear, or she sitting beside him. So it gets more than what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, good observation.
Even the web not even closer. The first lady not even closer to the president. That the way Muna Pena, she go above, wrapping herself like oil. You put on one red when it comes to the president. I saw her in that video. She was just passing up and down. And if the people that call themselves representative, senator, or delegate, that the delegation team that go along with the president, and they are not in order, what more about the other citizens that are around there? Definitely they won't be in order. They won't be in order. And even the people that were doing the recording, the people that were doing the video recording, they were even far away from the president range. But then the people that call themselves security, they were even covering the camera that even you couldn't see the president or you couldn't hear what the president was saying, because they cover everything. They even cover the microphone until their body even took the volume that it couldn't reach to the president.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about this book. See, hi, Mary.
No, not Mary. There's a caller. Caller, just wait.
Okay.
Caller, wait.
Okay.
You already. Just wait. I'll bring you in.
So when it comes to the government,
You are on live. Just hold on 1 minute. You are on live already. Just hold on. I'll bring you in. Let my colleague finish.
Okay.
when it comes to the government, whenever you talk, like Nokofo was saying, people misinterpret what you're trying to say. Instead of them learning from the mistake, they always turn it the other way around.
Yeah.
And when it comes to this sedition, I mean, these people, I don't know, but I will use the word, but they are so rude. I see none of them there that I can say they are better. Even your own person that you know before, as long as they are sedition, I've heard to say they take a special water, that when they join in that area, they don't have regard for you anymore, forgetting to know that you people were friends before. The attitude just changed. They take the whole government to be a sedition government. They don't realize that the president is there for every one of us. Every one of us, we are Liberian. The sedition, they are not more Liberian than us.
No.
We are Liberian equally. But they turn the whole thing around and they're doing it their own way.
Okay, let's hold you there. You know, we will continue to propound it. I know very, very well. But what I want to encourage the president, actually, based on what he said yesterday, you know, it means Nogofo that the president actually, everything that is going on social media, he knows about it. I think probably the president is using, you know, is under a covert name, and even some of us, our shows, I think the president is watching it. So, based upon that, Mr. President, my appeal to you is, you know, please don't use a covert name. You know, we will also be happy when we see you following us, because even here, Teresa May, you follow a lot of stuff on social media. Sometimes you watch some guys discussing, government here. The reason you see Donald Trump responding to most of the issues is that because he followed things on social media. That's why he always see responding to issues also. So, Mr. President, and Donald Trump using his name as well. Teresa May is using her name. So, Mr. President, you know, for the benefit of us being proud that, you know, some of us, you watch our debates and our issue. We discuss Liberia. We don't discuss anything negative. Please, you know, use your real name so we can we can be proud. Sometime when you see you, then we just send a greeting to you as well. So thank you. Let me go to this caller. I don't know, 33. It should be from.
France, it's me. It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Oh, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks and welcome to the show. Were you at the event or at the visit yesterday at the embassy?
No, that's why I called. So, well, first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for having me on your platform.
Welcome.
And yes, I've been following you on platform for some months now.
Wow, thank you. All right, Elizabeth, welcome.
Yes, can I?
Yeah, come in. Yeah, come in. If you need to lower the you're already on live, so you need to lower your receiver. Other than that, if you listen to the delay, then you won't get us.
Okay. So you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't there because of a lot of problem. The disorganized of the staff of the Liberian Embassy, the Republic of Liberia in France, made me not to be there because I disagree with during the meeting, because they call me, okay, you can come as a leader of the community, we want to have a negotiation with you because we want you to bring the community together and things like that. So, okay, I went there to a meeting and we had a meeting together, but the action that went on discrimination attitude. I told them I don't like that because the association is not, the Liberian Community Association is not a discrimination attitude here, because you cannot tell the people to come to your call, and then when they come to your call, then you have different things behind it to do. So you can even see that for God that was there, that is calling, that were representing the community, that I disagree. How can you depart? How can you go above the community leaders? This guy is having nothing to do with any community activities as far as I'm concerned. Then you people go and say, he the one will go and give the speech for you, because you know that some people want to go and give the speeches, they can cause the man, and they can do the, and so people come and, if you had that experience before, okay, but we are civilized people. First of all, we want to meet our president. We are happy, and we have organized ourselves already. We are trying to put things together. If I would even brought doctors so that we can put everything together in a forum to give it to him, to say, look, you see, this is what we want to bring to Liberia.
Right.
And look, this association been working in Liberia since 1997. Okay, we've been distributing food. We go, just recently again, we are on the distribution of textbooks. Okay, so this is not just a small association. This is not a small business. There's a lot of people involved. You gotta respect these people too. So please give me 2 days. Let me get back home and meet my board, and we'll talk to them to see how many things we're gonna add to it and bring it to the president, because we have a lot of people. We have nurses. We have they want to be volunteer. But then we need somebody. We need for them to help us. Everything that we carry out in port, everything got to be expensive. So when you look at the money, you tell the people, okay, give me the money. And when you are an association and you ask for a donation, the people cannot give it to you in cash. They can give it to you in goods and things and cards. You carry it back home to make sure to go for the project to go on order on the ground in Liberia. That is a development for Liberia.
Elizabeth.
That's what the diasporas are bringing.
Elizabeth.
You see? And you can't say, we are not having done for that.
Elizabeth.
So it's not official business here. It's just on it. So it's just on it in here. It's just on it. That's what we are here for, to meet our president. And the disrespected is so myself. I told her, I said, okay, and you're disrespecting this? Me, I'm sorry. Okay, you will meet the other people, but I cannot come there because this is disrespecting the people who I've been working with for all these years.
All right, Elizabeth. When I got there Tuesday, in fact, your name was flagged out by a few community leaders, including Mr. Abraham Fofana from Holland. And then Wednesday, I went to the embassy to actually meet the staff and find out the itinerary. I called, I think Wednesday morning, I called about 6 a.m. I called the press attaché there and to find out what is the itinerary. I said, the president was meant to meet the Liberian community today on Wednesday, but it's been changed. He's meeting the authority today, and then Thursday will be the Palava Hut meeting. Now, when I still went to the embassy on Wednesday just to go at least get to know the staff there. I did sense that I think there's an issue of Liberian community leadership there, because one community leader was there who was actually introducing himself, and there was this kind of questions and cross questioning of his leadership by some of the authority there at the embassy. And then when I asked with respect to whether who is whether they have the name for the contact person of the Liberian community leader of France, especially in Paris, your name was flagged out with a few other people, and say, okay, how can I reach them? They say, we don't have their contact. So I knew something was going on. But Elizabeth, what I think, probably you yourself, I think, let's hope that the president and some of his real people are actually monitoring this show, and I know they are monitoring. But what I would have advised you, if I have gotten in touch with you when I asked for the number, I think, I would have encouraged you for you to have come and, seek a redress openly, and, propound on issues, also. But since it is now gone, let me ask you, I will actually, maybe put a show together where if you alone or you and another person from the leadership, we can come and talk about the leadership in Paris. It would be great. But As far as the president's visit is concerned, that's your president now, and whatever happens there, whether the embassy staff and your organization, something now we just have to put behind us and see how best you guys can work together to move things forward. But in terms of the president's visit to where you are now, your host country, you got anything maybe beneficiary from there as far as the visit of the representation by your government is concerned?
Pardon me, I didn't get that, please.
Was the visit fruitful to you because you follow it on social media and other news outlets?
No, it wasn't at all. It wasn't. Let me be frank with you. I don't like to eat crab with shame. Is that it wasn't at all. And just what I saw, I said, you see, this one I didn't want it. Is that it's you have well organized with your group and your people. The man is coming to France. What you people got to do inside? Sorry, now speaking like breaking it.
Hey, good,
what you people got to do? Pardon me?
Hey, good, just for you to speak it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What you people got to do inside? You people are diplomats, okay, you're an embassy. What you people got to come and be involving yourself in our business. You see, you come to do your job, you can't do your job. You leave your job, you want to do my job. So if you want to take my place, that can't be my job. I told them. Then you leave the diplomat job, you come and take and be member of the community. First of all, you got to be member, and then you got to pay your dues. Then they start laughing. I said, but that's the truth. Then leave your job and come be in the community, then work.
Yeah.
But you can't be in your place there and can't be disturbing what's going on the ground here. And anytime they come, the first thing is always is the same. And I don't know me, I get big mouth, I already say, I love to talk the fight. And then I get people, I let straight talk. So I don't go in front of my ambassador, or I respect him, of course. But I cannot go and sit down there if we bring out something that is not, going in caucus with the direction of my community. I refuse. And it's been like that for a very long time now.
All right.
I want to call nobody's name.
Yeah.
But,
what we're going to do now, because I gave you the limited time because you're a community leader. I wanted you to voice out, but I'm getting a lot of calls coming in. So let's hold it there for now. Thank you so much for following and thanks for voicing out. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah.
And continue.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Elizabeth there, our community leaders are there. Let me take this call before I come to Nook and Loretta. 229 from the USA.
Max, good afternoon.
That sounds like man of God, Gerald Cummins.
How you doing, my brother?
I am good. I'm blessed. And how are you too?
I'm walking in His grace. That's it.
Wonderful. I have with me Nook and Loretta. We honor on the program, honor the Palava Hut. You've been following. What are some of your takes on the issues that we're talking here? Is everything okay?
Let me say good evening to good afternoon to Mr. Nelson and the lady, your co-host. I follow you the other day, and I want to commend you for your good work that you continue to do, breaking the news. I see that you have the eyes and ears on news now, so you're going after the news. Thank you so much for what you continue to do.
Thank you.
As a Liberian and as somebody who loves your country.
Thanks.
I follow the program the other day, and I was kind of furious with the security guard that was standing in front of the camera.
Okay.
And refused to move. Sometimes people don't understand protocol. And so as a result, you don't blame them. I pick up something you said when the security guard said something to you. I pick it up and I laugh. I say, you see, even in foreign land, we're still doing the same old thing that we do in Morovia. But such is the condition and such was the situation. Mm-hmm. But I like how you handle it professionally by giving you a camera and then holding the microphone.
Yeah, thank you.
With somebody helping you to go about doing your business. But, like I've been saying over and over continuously, that our people need to understand that information dissemination is vital. It's very vital.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we fought 14 years of senseless war. I remember the late J. Nicholas Portier, when the 13 men were placed on the pole, he said, these people will be executed because they are a threat to national security. Keeping them will mean a whole lot to our country, and this will serve as a deterrent for people who want to corrupt this nation. Unfortunately for us, since the death of the 13 and over thousands of Liberians, we have not, the nation and its people have not experienced its full potential yet. So, I don't know whether these people are managing their information, they're organizing. I was kind of taken aback when I saw that, I saw from the Executive Mansion website, the Senegalese government will, honor the cause. Then I saw another thing. I was like, where are we going now?
Yeah.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's too soon. It's too soon. Who's controlling, who's managing information here? It's too soon.
Yeah.
Yesterday you told us you were broke, and then today we see $52,000, and what is really going on? If you say this is change for hope, meaning you come in with everything, you come in with equity, and he who come with clean hands must come with equity. So I just hope that they're going to manage their information very well, because they are starting on the bar footing, especially when it comes to information dissemination. I don't think the president even needed to travel with almost all the people that went with him on that team.
Yeah, I was just about coming to ask you that question directly. Whether the 25 members delegation with 3 different countries, whether it was in place.
Well, when I look at it, I cannot preempt their mind where they were going. I mean, what they were going for on the 3 countries they were traveling to. What is it that they really wanted to achieve? I can't preempt their mind, but looking at it from a professional standpoint, whether they had enough time to plan for the trip, whether they had enough time to plan for the trip, whether they met, and they have some priority talking point, is something I'm not convinced that they did, and maybe I stand to be corrected, that they had some consultative meetings, that they were talking in the back end, and they put some talking points together, or whether they were just going there to say, well, these are the things that we have, these are our minerals, and our country is open to business. And you can't go into a business arrangement with people without having a solid talking point. So I don't know why we needed a finance minister there. So it just a throwback. I was retrospecting on the Paris conference when the late Chairman, peace be to his ashes, when Chairman Judith Bryan and others went to the Paris Peace Conference that led to the debt waiver that some other people were beating their chest that they negotiated for it. So it's like, the days of Chairman Bryan, they didn't carry a lot of people, but something came out of that Paris conference. Something good came out of that Paris conference, that Madame Shelley beat her chest, that they were the architect. They knew very well they were not the architect of it. So whether the president, they had some serious talking points. There was a point where I saw a question that has to do with the economy of our country was asked the president, and he referred to the finance minister. It's almost like Samuel Doe referring to the finance minister, the late Dr. Samuel Doe referring, asking about the state of the economy, and he referring the president to the economic minister. He said you can ask the economic minister. He will explain. So you can see the disconnect there.
Gerald, it was me actually that asked the question. It was about the economy. Actually, I went in advance. Actually, I wanted to have an exclusive with him, and I went with prepared questions. on the justice system, the peace and reconciliation. Well, of course, the TRC was my main question. I wanted to interject in the pro-poll agenda to give us a proper definition. The economy and the press freedom. Now, the economy, since we were restricted to only 3 questions. Let's say three questions from everybody that was there. That is, and one person, each individual was entitled to only 1 question. I even begged the chief of protocol that I could ask 2. He said no. So I posed the question that, and I decided to read it to him. I said the economy is in a terrible bad state. Inflation is high and prices of commodities are unstable. The rate between the USD and the LD is very high, contributing to the hardship. What measures do you have in place as a government to really put things in order and making our economy to be valuable again? And then the president looked at me and said, I'm not an economist. So and then he pointed to the finance minister. My finance minister can better address that question. And I was just there baffled and standing there like a lame dog. But that's it.
Because if the president wanted to, if he had gone there to engage people on the different sectors, and he were traveling with these ministers to propound on some of these issues, then I would say, well, they were on the right path, because some years back, UN President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, prior to her 2nd term, the finance minister and then the economic minister, planning minister rather, traveled and they met the United States Congress. And one of their talking points was that they took over from an economy that had collapsed already. The economy had failed already, and they were struggling. So they came to meet with the U.S. counterpart to help them to revamp the economy. And they went at the time the president wanted some help for I think for the place called Yale. But as it is right now, when the president said we are broke, I'm still kind of confused as to whether this president, of all of the 12 years, whether this president will hold some people accountable, will hold the previous government accountable. Because you see, poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. And if our people continue to live in poverty and active poverty, and people who are close to the president want to put up a defensive and thinking that it's too soon.
Yeah.
Prince George saying that it is too soon for him to be calling for the reopening or for the government to. What in River G,
Yeah.
So when we talk some of these things, our people think.
All right, we're experiencing some technical problem here. Let's see whether we can get Gerald comments back to you so he can wrap up, and then we can continue with the show. The time from where I sit and broadcast is 25 minutes to 11 o'clock, and we will go into the program, the spin, the nighttime spin. During the nighttime spin now, when we finish with this show, we will be looking at the local dailies as well, stories that are trending, that will be appearing in some of the newspapers in Liberia tomorrow. We all know definitely most of them will have to do with the president's visit. But we are experiencing some little problem here as far as connectivity is concerned. So even my colleagues, I'm not quite sure they are getting me. Nook and Loretta. Okay, the machine is actually busy, kind of for booting or trying to very very busy reading out something. Let me through this music while I wait for my colleagues to. That's what we do here. We talk on the issues relative to us, close to us. You listen to the program on the Palava Hot. Coming up by 11 o'clock, or maybe we extend it a little bit because the network is giving us problems. To about 11:30 for the program. The print, the All right. Let me do the talking because Skype is playing off, and I can see my guests and find it difficult to rejoin me. It's really playing up. Nook, are you there? Alright, are you there? Hello? Loretta, are you there? Okay, Skype has done the worst thing right now and just kicked all of my guests out, and meaning everybody have to call back, recall. But this is it. Now let's continue. When I met the vice president of Sierra Leone the last time, Victor Ford. This is the vice president of Sierra Leone, and he's not the president. And he came on an event, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. They normally have this international conference, like a convention, and what they do. They invite different people from different backgrounds. They don't only invite Muslims or people from that particular denomination, that you have to be an Ahmadiyya Muslim before you come there. No, I was invited there as a radio lobby representative. That was last year, and then I was fortunate to have come across the vice president of Sierra Leone, and he went to prayer. When he was coming, I was standing right outside. I say, I say, Your Excellency, I would like to have an interview with you. And he said, where are you from? I said, well, I'm a Liberian. I'm based in London here, and I work for Radio LIB, an online radio station. He said, oh yeah, no problem. Liberia, Sierra Leone, we are the same. I will come back in about 30 minutes and you can have your interview. And luckily, the vice president, Victor Ford, he came back and he ate special aid, recognized me, and we went to where it was comfortable. He was even asking me as to, where do you want us to sit? I said, anywhere, sir. And they took us somewhere, and we went and sat down in the room. This is the point I'm coming to. And I started off by asking the vice president about the economy of Sierra Leone, and I told him, because at least I have some knowledge, and I because of the proximity, Liberia and Sierra Leone, some connection or family connection or whatever it is, I follow quite extensively to development across Africa, especially in the West African basin. And I asked him, I say, Mr. Vice President, are you satisfied with the economy of Sierra Leone, the leone versus other currencies? And he told me, he said, Max, although I'm not an economist, but given the role that I am playing as the vice president of Liberia, I can try to address this your concern. And he said, to be honest with you, let me quote him, I am not satisfied with the way the leones is weighed down to other currencies, including the US dollars and the British pounds. We're not satisfied with the way the exchange rate sometimes is always, is being handled. But to be honest with you, we are working very, very hard as government of Sierra Leone to ensuring that indeed our economy is back on track. How are you going to do it? I've did a follow-up question. He said, well, we are putting in place measures that we will try to export, because the more we export, we can get we can get something back. And also we are encouraging foreign investors as well to come on the ground and establish factories and open factories here, manufacturing factories also. So our government is trying hard to actually, this is how we're trying hard to put things together. Now, this is the vice president of Sierra Leone, not vice president of Liberia, who told me at the initial stage that his background is not economy. But he was able to give me an answer that I can go and say, yes, at least he addressed my question somehow. But for me to ask similar question to my own president, and my president is telling me that because he is not an economist, he would rather prefer for his finance minister to answer such a question. It baffled me. Oh, please, colleague, the Skype was playing up. I think it's okay now. So please join me back. Please call back. And Nokofo and Loretta, please call back. The Skype was actually busy reading itself, but it is back now as normal. So please call back. Let's continue the show. The Skype just kicked every one of you out. Actually, not me. It was reading, and it just kicked you guys out. So please call back. Let's continue with the show. So, this is it. Look. As far as being a leader is concerned, especially a president of a nation, you have to be on top of things. You can answer to every question. That will make you a politician, a seasoned politician. Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf read economy, but when the Ebola strikes, they used to ask her questions about health, about the Ebola, and she would address it. They used to ask her questions about education, and the former president will address it. At least she will provide some answer. No, I can't take you like that because you call him back on a group call. It won't work. It won't work at all. You have to call me as an individual just for me to add you on. It won't work like that. So I was really baffled when the president responded in that gesture, in that way, and said, "Well, I do not have, I cannot provide an answer. My finance minister can answer that question." Mr. President, you need to be on top of it, on top of the news. You need to be on top of things. The same way American people, they keep banning their president, and suggesting and putting points forward and saying we have to do the same, because we're not going to sit there for things to go hell to scatter. Because tomorrow the reflection will be on all of us. And so, if that question was actually asked by a foreign journalist yesterday, and the news supposed to appear on the international wires or on their local dailies or so, and the president provided that answer, and the editor of whichever newspaper it is, come up with their editorial or come up with a story in a way that they could come up with it. You think it would have, either well for us as a nation, as our leader? No. At least I'm not an economist, but I can lie to you right now. I can answer any question that anybody will put forward to me. Any question. You gotta be on top of things. Answer by, it should be at the fingertip, especially when you serving in such a capacity. Because sometimes you finish you finish addressing the the platform or so, and even though they may not have question and answer time, maybe due to time or so, but what can happen? Journalists can just hit you up. Then come up with a question, quit away and say, blah, 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 blah. You have to answer. And, okay, let me add, I think the Skype is playing a good role now. Let's see whether we can look for as well. Okay, the Skype stay reading. Let's see whether we can, I think, okay. Look, Loretta, you're welcome back. We're getting some feedback from you, Loretta. You're welcome back. It was the Skype, actually. The Skype was reading and it just kicked everyone's out. You're welcome back.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah. What you guys were away, I was just trying to, sorry to Gerard comments as well. Gerard, it was due to the Skype. While you guys were on were away, I was just trying to, elaborate on the refusal. I would just put it on the refusal of our president to have answered my question. I was just trying to share an example that when I met the former president, let's say not former president, the vice president of Sierra Leone last year in an event, international event, the Ahmadiyya community, and I asked that I wanted to interview him. He accepted. This is an event that he went. Is a Muslim, Ahmadiyya Muslim International Conference. He didn't come for politics also, but yet and still he gave me the opportunity for me to ask him questions. He asked me first, "Where are you from?" I told him, originally I'm a Liberian, but I work for Radio Library. I'm based here in the UK. He said, "Okay, yeah, I can grant you some 1 or 10 minutes or so." Number four, the vice president came back and we went in this room and we said, "Okay, but what are your concerns?" I started with the economy. I say, "Look, despite the fact I'm a Liberian, but you know our proximity, and you know that we are very close to each other, Sierra Leone and Liberia. I follow extensively development there. To me, quite frankly, the economy within the West African basin is not looking too good. But as far as your country is concerned, what are you people doing to put in place?" To put in place that at least the Leone can have some kind of a good power, but the British pound and the US dollars is always higher and very, very more, high, in terms of exchange. And the first thing, he told me, the vice president told me, Victor Ford told me, His Excellency, that, look, to be honest with you, Max, I am not, my background is not economic, but to be honest with you, what we are doing, our government is doing, we are trying to put measures in place that we can challenge the economy in a way that we can actually revamp it. I say, how are you going to do it? He said, well, firstly, we are encouraging partners of business community to come on the ground, to put factories on the ground here, and then be producing things, whether it will be things like juices or what's it, we got a lot of pineapple, we got oranges and things, and employ people, and then from there we can pick up from there. And then also he said, look, another thing we are trying to do is once we increase our export, not only diamond, I know our country export diamonds, but we need to police it better so that we can get more income, and that income will be reflected back in the economy. Now, this is the man. He told me he doesn't have background economy, but he was able to give me some kind of an answer. Now, I was telling you, I was just sharing it with our listeners that why you think, our president couldn't answer this. He couldn't answer. He couldn't give me anything, but rather refer me to the finance minister, who was sitting so far away that he himself, I didn't even see in the position that he could even answer the question as well. So
it's called clueless. When you're clueless on things, those are the kind of answer you gave somebody else. I'm sorry for you. No.
I know.
Right. Right. Look, before we move on further, okay, let me take this one from Thomas Awoji, who is watching from the USA. This is why having regular staff meeting with your cabinet is so important. Yes, indeed. Because people will brief you, isn't it, Nokofo?
Of course, they should have briefed you on basic question that the thing will come up.
Yeah.
What is pro-poor?
Yeah.
I myself don't know what is pro-poor.
Yeah. Then, I mean, when we put power on it, they say, no, you don't like the government, you don't like the president. This pro-poor agenda, really, it was one of the questions. If the opportunity was there for me to really have one-on-one with him, the agenda pro-poor, there are many of your citizens out there who are saying that up to now they are yet to know the true meaning of what you mean about pro-poor. And I said, you care to educate us on this, Your Excellency? That was my first question, in fact. That's how I wanted to put the question. And perhaps the president would have, maybe dealt with it, sufficiently. But shamefully up to now, and our president still continue to use the word pro-poor agenda.
Well, maybe you should have used that as your first question, and that way you would have gotten a response.
No, but because I was restricted to one question, I suffer from even the TRC government question. Let me put it to you. This is how I put it. I say, Your Excellency, you were serving as senator when the TRC was empowered to investigate, document, and recommend to the government its findings in the quest of bringing perpetrators to justice. how much do you know of the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and will your government implement the recommendations since your predecessor did not do it? That's how I wanted to put the question.
If I were out there, well, let me refer you to my justice minister.
Yeah, but I was just about to say the same thing. Any question you were still not going to answer. You were still going to refer you to somebody.
Well, he started off with Propo, so maybe we'll have gotten the answer from Propo.
There you go.
But you know where he took the Propo from? Probably he took it from one of those people too. And he said, don't even know the meaning.
Well, I knew we were going to hear something. Propo means west wind, cool time, Propo.
God.
Maybe Representative Muna Peno can tell us what is Propo.
Yeah, I think from next week I'll try to reach him, but reach her. So if she agree to come on the show, I can invite her to be my guest. But I know, Honorable, you're watching the show and you watch it, you listen. I'll keep saying it. You know, you've been trying of late to avoid me. Yeah, from the inauguration day.
What did you do to her?
I don't know. Maybe she followed me and she doesn't like how I've been saying things. Yeah. So nothing personal, nothing. I mean, when I used to meet her in Monrovia before the campaign, we used to share jokes and and say, "Oh, Max, I follow you quite a lot. You're doing great," and thing. But since I went for that campaign, and then after the campaign, I've been the way I've been putting things. I've changed it. I just went, especially when the president was about to address the legislature. That day I went early. I said, let me go and give a gist of of what will be happening here today to my followers. And I went there, I went Facebook Live and thing. I went in the hall, I met her. Hey man, she was decorating the place. For God's sake, man, you are a representative of your district, man.
That big the pageant show, so.
Yeah, I went all around. I did my, I did my live feeding and so, and then I didn't even speak to her on the on the video because maybe she would have done something else. So I after off the camera, I spoke to her. I said, "Honorable, how you doing?" And this time around, the Honorable was just, in fact, it was me that told her not to be more busy and started taking cloth and all the stuff. So since that day, even yesterday when I met her, I mean, I try hard to even give her, I just did eye contact to say hi, but she was like, "Yeah, I want police show." Until when they call me now, because I was the first that put my hand up, I said I want to ask question, and she was like looking at me and putting my question and thing, and yeah, I didn't see any gesture that could even give. It's kind of like encouragement and say, "Oh yeah, the question is good also." So that's how it is. But look, this is where we are. But number 4, Loretto, as far as maybe the constructive criticism that is going on and the reaction from the CDC people is concerned, you think you think we should just leave it and let things continue as it is, like the too much talking and the direction we try to get?
Why should we leave it? Because they have a reaction. Yeah, reaction is not why I will stop talking. If the right thing is coming along, then I will stop talking. Again, the security protocol and detail around the person needs to be looked at. People can come from everywhere and just touch him. You don't see it anywhere. I watched the inaugural the other day, and people were just walking on the podium.
I don't know, forget about inauguration, but they're not. The inauguration, but forget it.
She was passing up and down.
Yeah. I give Muna a break.
President, yeah. But the president started it from the beginning. He was too down to them, playing checker, playing Lulu, playing Scrabble with them, so they just get used to him in that manner. So they don't even care anymore.
Well, they have to. They have to. So it's now up to higher hats around him to say, what you used to do then, you can't do it now. Wednesday don't mingle with your people, but your people can walk up the street and just come up to you.
Yeah, man.
And do that.
Man, they can't just be walking in front of the cameras that giving the news to the rest of the world. That kind of way. Okay, the time from where I sit and broadcast our listeners and followers is 23:01, meaning is the time for the Honor the Palava Hut is just over, but we are extending it now to our normal weeknight program, which is Honor the Spain. The Spain show. Okay, but my colleagues will stay on with me. We're going to look at the local dailies as well. We're going to read some of the headlines that are actually making the news or will be making the news tomorrow morning. But firstly, one fun. Let me share the fun that's going on. I'm not going to call the minister name, but it's the minister. The weather here, it can do some bad thing. I was like, well, even my own brother was telling me, man, you only wear one shirt, you want to take coat. I said, no, I wear my light coat. It's not that cold to here. So I got there, and it's like, in fact, I took my video camera. I was trying to avoid this individual getting on my video camera because of the way they were dressed. I don't know really. The honorable, I think he's a minister. The honorable minister. Let me describe to you what he was wearing. This. There is this very good winter jacket that can puff up, and when you wear it, you get good heat, you get rain protection as well. So so the honorable minister will shirt, perhaps underwear, neck view one, and then wore a shirt, a dress shirt, and then wore this thick winter jacket on top of it, which is all weather winter jacket. That means you can wear it during not summer. You can wear summer anyway, but at least winter and springtime. So you wore that.
I've seen a lot of football coaches wear those things when games are on. So we got a football president now, so everybody wants to get.
Yeah, but they want to. I mean, they're not the kind of way. Let me describe it to the other people. So he wore this puff-up winter jacket, or at least two weathers. As far as the weather here is concerned, two weathers winter jacket, and then he wore cloth coat jacket on top of it.
It made a cool Max.
And I said, "Oh my God." When I saw the honorable minister marching in the hall, I was like, in fact, I quickly tried to avoid him getting on my video camera, like I said, and because I didn't want, but I don't know who captured it, and it's now on social media. So I just wanted to share it with you. Let me see. I think the color just dropped.
But why he didn't put a bubbler jacket over the coat instead of putting the coat over the bubbler jacket?
Well,
the coat supposed to protect me. Jacket.
Yeah, that's a mistake that was done. But maybe anyway, next time they will learn. If they come into the state next time to Nagofo will tell them what to wear. Let's pray. They shouldn't go there to visit during winter time because
it comes down to asking. You gotta embassy. All they have to do when you left Morocco was to ask questions. How the weather up there? How will it be in the next few days? So you bring the appropriate clothes. But we don't ask questions. One big China to everything and
yeah, man.
But I called the giant now. They called the giant coming.
All right.
Okay.
Finally, on the show, let me profile this. Then let me get your thought. The dress code. I'm not going to the first lady. Let me forget about that. I'm a mom. But
you dress beautifully.
The president. No, yes. I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about. Let's leave the first lady. the president, as all of us on social media, we've been seeing people having problem with the dress code. But to me personally, anyway, I'll give my own version different. Maybe I'll ask. What are your thoughts on it? Why are people having problem with the way our president is dressing? You think it isn't right?
Well, I was talking to somebody from the State Department, and the first question they asked me was, "What religion is he? Is he a Muslim? Or is he a Christian?" I said, "Well, I mean, one of the dress code in Africa, but due to the weather, I don't know which religion he belongs to. So, I mean, he dressed according to the weather. He was in France. We require more layers. He put on more layers. When he goes back to Africa, he will put on a long mandingo gown."
Loretta, what do you think? What is your reaction from the people that are posting that the president is cross-dressing too much?
Yeah.
Just
all right.
me.
Okay, hold on. We got a long distance call from Liberia. Joseph Soko Connor Jr. What's up?
My man, okay, but for real, I thought I was joining you. You know that our program time, like, bro, yeah, I thought I was joining you. How you doing?
No.
Okay. And not Jordan.
Good.
You're not talking no sex today, huh?
Oh, I see you.
I thought you calling there to contribute on our program. Okay, go on. Yeah. So, what do you think?
Look, trust me. I'm for the president. Like Nokofo was saying, I can't disrupt his office. I don't read it. At least in France, he was much better compared to in Liberia, especially during the inauguration day. I was so pissed, and I was just praying. I wish.
Why? Because of it? Because of a dress code?
I was closer to him.
Because of a dress code?
Because the time.
Because of a dress code? Because of the way he dressed?
Yes, because at least there are certain places you dress according to the occasion.
Well,
because
the African.
No, not because of Africa. Africa also require occasional dressing as well. That gown that he always wearing. And I just asked myself, during the inauguration the other time, he was okay. Why he president now, he dressing tend to some Arab men dressing or something like that. Because the last time I saw him, he was wearing that how you call it? I don't know I forgot the name. He was no different from the Arab man. Like the Arab president son that came during the inauguration. That how he would dress up the other time. And I don't know, but trust me, I got a little bit problem with his dressing, even the madam. But I was so impressed when I saw her in France. She was so elegant, she was so neat, and I was happy. And I even called my girlfriend. I said, trust me, my first lady is neat today, because the first time I saw her in Cameroon, I was like, wow, she started again.
All right,
she started again.
All right.
So after the dressing part, nobody will ask me because they won't get anything. I'm totally against it completely.
Okay. We all look at issues from different angles. As far as the dress is concerned, the president dress code is concerned, up to this present, for me, I've not seen anything wrong with it. One, in a quest of African solidarity, I don't have problem with it. I remember a couple of months now, there's this Liberian brother in America who always posting that he hates the way we are dressing these days. That we are dressing more like Nigerian style as compared to us being dressed in the Liberian way. And
so what is Liberian style?
That's the question I asked him. He has the answer, and I said, well, look, I went to Ghana the last time, and that was my first time, spending longer time there to see people, and I saw nothing but similar to what we wear. In Nigeria is a similar thing. I mean, the only difference is what I'm wearing right now on top of my head. But you can't tell me only Nigerian can wear the type of hat. In South Africa, they wear Southern Africa, people wear clothes with almost across the continent, depicting the culture of the whole continent or so. So I don't really personally do not have problem with the dress code of the president or the day, even on the inauguration day or so. If the president wanted to even dress like a Shanti man, from Ghana, I would tie the lapa around and put the flipper of another lapa on top of his shoulder. Fine, I wouldn't have mind. And this thing of people associating this particular dress code to a religion, to me, I have serious problem with it. No. So by me wearing a full gown, or like what the president wore, means that I'm a Muslim, because that's what I see on social media, and that I think that's the same thing that caused the person who asked you the question to ask the question about the dress code, whether he is a Muslim or also. Let me do an exception and take this last call. I think it's Gerald trying to come back. I'll read your comments soon, Rose. I think Rose wrote something. I'll read your comments soon. But let me see what I can take the last caller for the night for this segment, and we'll come back. When we come back on the Spain show, then we can take more calls. Okay, I guess it's Gerald. Gerald, what's up?
Max.
Yes, sir.
You know why I am laughing?
And I knew straight you were laughing. No, I don't know.
Because, our people, we
Nadio.
Liberian people, not deep. Not when a cool man say not deep, it mean my man. The program that all the other noise came from 50-50, I want to sign a contract between Cellcom and the Positive Show. And I wore a lapa, a tall lapa. I wore an African shirt, and I put lapa around my neck. And I wore with my bare feet. I wore barefooted on Broad Street. And there were people looking at me. Mr. Collins.
You're getting mad.
No, you know my driver. My driver asked me, Mr. Collins, but Chief, what could have started? I said, listen to me. I am a typical Nigerian man. I am from West, the Southeast. This is how I saw my people dancing when we're doing the Bela. Some of them don't know. Looking for asking for a typical Liberian dress code. But looking for, I guess you grew up in Deep Town and you lived there for a long time. You have seen some of the war dance. You have seen some of the traditional dance. You have been to some of the way back in the 80s. And Max, I wore my African shirt and I tie a lapa. I pull some lapa around my neck. And when I entered T-Max, I said, okay, he said, come in. He said, Bobby, you come by. I said, yes. I mean, he started laughing. He said, you boy, get that. And I wore that same attire on TV. I won't blame the president for what kind of attire he wears, but sometimes you got to be creative. Sometimes you got to come up with something that nobody can see.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes you got to do something that nobody, people not used to. I will go on TV someday. I just call Lapa and wear a little shirt and go on TV. And some of the staff will ask me, Chief, you follow all kind of things. I said, listen to me. You are an African. You can try to Christianize me, but don't Westernize me. I think we're trying to Westernize our president and not Africanize him.
That's a good point. Very good point. Salient
point. So I really don't have problem with that. As a matter of fact, the president made, it was one July 26th celebration. I entered the church. The whole church attention was on me. Nobody saw it coming. I found my laptop with my costume, with my socks to my knee, and my big shoes. That's how we dress in the Southeast. So we must start westernizing ourselves and learn to Africanize ourselves too. Because listen, what the World Bank will try to do, what the World Bank will introduce, if the World Bank try to introduce a navigation system, and they'll spend months and years on it, it will not work.
No, it won't. It won't.
It will not work. But if you use the African method, if you use the typical African method, it will work. And the reason why sometimes, I shot people because I used to be a fashion model, and I use a lot of traditional clothes, African clothes. Is that maybe some of the people around the president, the first lady, they need to catch themselves a little bit. That's what they need to do. They need to catch themselves a little bit and say, well, this woman does not, she never lived in Africa. She don't know our attire. But I can look at that first lady from head to toe. When I know, she knows John coming very well. She will tell you, say, when it comes to modern fashion, they need that guy being inside. I can look at that president from head to toe and put an African attire on her when she get outside. The things that constitute news are the things that Nigerians should think about. Can this president revisit the TRC report? Can this president visit the GSC report? Everything that constitutes news that has to do with development in our country, that's what we should concentrate on. But we're not concentrating on this thing. We're looking at how the president dressed. Okay, for this reason, I'm coming to do some shocking things for Liberians. I will dress all kind of African way that they won't understand.
All right,
we live in the Western world, but we must not be westernized.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's the voice of Joe Comments from Rama Christian Radio there in the USA. Thank you, Chief. Let me let you go. If anything, when we're touching the newspaper, you want to come back and you can call. That was general comments. Let me take few comments before we wrap up from this one here. Zuba Kova Jaboy, I think watching the program from Liberia, he said propo means munya munya munya. Okay, he has given his own version of what's the meaning of propo. Okay,
so what is munya munya munya?
Well then another question now for the answer. But what we hear munya munya munya. Anyway, the president goes. Okay, Gretchen Kennedy says, "Hey, my brother, thanks for you do for Mama Liberia." Okay, let me leave that. Thomas, we call that jacket ghost jacket here in the state. So for some of you that this jacket I was describing. Somebody just telling you how they call it in the States. Okay, Thomas Aboji as well. The chief of staff should have the country weather ahead of time for the proper dress code. Okay, I think that's I hope they're taking note as well. Yesterday the president was taking serious note, but I don't know. Even that people have problem with it, but I didn't have a problem with it anyway. Okay, let's say Rose Russell, what is your business when he dressed that way? She asking question. Look, keep your mouth from on the president, but not on you. I don't know. All right, that's hard to comprehend. Let me see. Mo, though I can take some of your comments as well. Speak, dear friend. Wia is watching and listening to you right now. Aminata Fatu Kamara. Speak, my dear friend. Wia is watching and listening to you right now. Okay, giving us the coverage to Ivan Couture. Our dress code.
He's watching.
Ivan Couture say from the States as well. Should our dress code be Muslimized, Christianized, Westernized, Africanized, or Arabianized? Haha, which way? Okay, he asking a question. Thank you for that question. People will be able to help to address the question. But this is it. I wanted to raise something quick. What was it? Okay, just leave out of my mind. I wanted to Okay, for now, on this segment of the program, Honor the Palabra, this is how we come to the end of this presentation. And
don't leave become a dress before I need a hat of yours.
Oh yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying to it that this July 26th you will celebrate it with something like that.
See, the problem is if you're in a Masonic craft and you see the kind of hat, you understand why people put it on.
All right, let's take a short musical break, and from there we will be going into the next segment of our time here, provided if my guests still have time with me. But yeah, we're going to be here to look at it, look at it while I appearing tomorrow morning on the show. Okay, and then and listening, a treat there to you. You're watching live, amazing, Klavinda Yale, there in River Liberia. Welcome to the show as well. And to all of you that tune in across the globe, I say I salute all of you. Thanks for always following. And tonight, I give you the statistics. All those are logging on across the world on the internet, listening to Radio LIB right now. Tonight we've gone to 7,000. Great number. Thank you so much. And thanks for all of you that have been sharing the video as well on Facebook. And this is, of course, how we come to the end of the program, Honor the Palabra Heart. The next segment of our time here is the program, the nighttime spin. The nighttime spin, as usual, normally we do normally link up with our guys in Monrovia, Liberia, to do it together. But this few days we still been having some problem in terms of connectivity also. But yes, this is it. Welcome to the show. Let's quickly see whether we can retrieve some of the stories that are actually trending. Right, you're tuned to Radio LIB. My name is Max K, but stay call me Max Mixer. Of course, I want to say thank you so much for being there and following the show as well. Wherever you are, we say we love you. Radio LIB, we love you very, very much. Welcome to the program, the Nighttime Spin, and of course, we're going to start off with just sharing with you some of the stories that are trending. You can also call to make comments on any of the stories. The headlines that we'll be reading. The number to call is stay the same. +1 412 927 0162. Especially for those of you that are listening via the internet, it's +1 412 927 0162. I'm hearing you, Loretta. We're hearing you, Claire. You're on live. Okay, maybe it's from your end. But Nook, are you there? Nook, are you there? Loretta? The Skype again is playing up, I think. Hello guys, are you there? Okay, let's see what we can throw in the music. We'll be trying to reconnect with them.
United Nations send more arms for Africa. Come on, America, send more
redemption song. Hey, yeah,
No?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Max.
Yeah, man. Is this, I know my computer keep reading the Skype on your own like that.
You kind of fading in and out.
Yeah, the Skype still reading. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm causing it. All right. I think Loretta is trying to call back too. But Loretta, you have to call as an individual. Don't use the same group call because no is here already. It won't give me any add the caller option. Okay. Let's quickly let's see where we can start from right now. Okay. Let's get Loretta back. Let's get her back, and then we can kick the ball rolling on this segment of
Where's Mary?
the nighttime spin. She's at work. I think mostly she will want to be with us on Tuesdays night. So okay, Loretta is back. Let's see whether we can quickly look at the papers. Let's go quickly to allafrica.com, current courtesy of them. Let's take some of the stories that will be trending across the continent of Africa tomorrow morning. Sudan, quickly to Sudan. UN probe accuses more than 40 military officials of war crimes. UN probe accuses more than 40 military officials of war crimes. Okay, let's leave that. That's in Sudan. Quickly, Zimbabwe. Mugabe braves fire over marijuana rule. Okay, Mugabe, you sleepy yet? Okay. Rwanda, quickly. Rwanda ranked among continent's 3 least corrupt nations. Really? Wow, this is a good news. Rwanda ranked among continent's 3 least corrupt nations. Rwanda is one country that went through hellhole, and to hear this kind of a news, to be honest with you, I don't think we should sit down there and be complaining, oh, we fought war. You hear this? Rwanda. I want to read the headline again once again. It said Rwanda ranked among continent's 3 least corrupt nations. Thanks so much to the people there. That means a lot of people are actually working for their people and their country. So to minimize corruption, that's really good. Zimbabwe, quickly. 1 killed, 2 injured in Harare clashes. Nigeria, quickly. Parents whip as Dipchi schoolgirls rescue turns out to be U-turn or untrue. Yeah. We're getting feedback from you. We're getting feedback, please. All right, quickly, let me repeat this particular headline here. Nigeria parents whip as Depchi schoolgirls rescue turns out to be untrue. Just to let you know that another event took place earlier this week. The school was engulfed by gunmen and believed to be from Boko Haram. They have taken away a lot of schoolgirls again to let's say into captivity. So, but really, the initial report came out. One of the ministers spoke and said that the girls were actually rescued. But later this evening on BBC, they said the news was false. The government didn't rescue them. The girls are, as we speak, the girls are still with the captives. Buhari apologizes over the Pichi schoolgirls. So you see that this news, another headlines have followed to that. Buhari, in fact, Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria, came out as well to openly apologize for the misinformation that the schoolgirls were rescued. No, they were not. Okay, so Sudan, let's leave that. One story already from Sudan. So Lesotho editor fights criminal defamation charges over satire. Quickly, East Africa. South Sudan infrastructure projects get EAC node. Quickly to this. Okay, let's leave that. President Weah seeks Paris aid to jumpstart Liberian economy, and I see the president standing there. I think during the time he was addressing the president and his interact of France. Okay, this one is in allafrica.com. President Weah seeks Paris aid to jumpstart Liberian economy. Okay, and former Zimbabwe First Lady Grace Mugabe cries every day. Report. Former Zimbabwe First Lady Grace Mugabe cries every day. She will die. She will cry until she die because she wanted to replace. She wanted to replace her husband, and think the people there they're stupid. You're not born there. Yeah. Then you want pass through some kind of way and can't be, president for Zimbabwe. They put. You don't even know. I think you should know anyway because Zimbabwe, in terms of education, they rank at the first. That they are more literate people in that country than any other African country. So, people can't allow you to say, we're not Liberia. Let me tell you now. Okay, quickly, these are some of the stories that are actually trending across the continent of Africa. I'm not quite sure any interesting any story here for us to open.
No.
Okay, listeners, these are the stories that are trending across the continent of Africa. Let's go to our own front page Africa and bring you some of those stories that will be appearing tomorrow morning. At the front page of the front page Africa, the banner headline says no real plans. There's a question mark. No real plans, and I see the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Weah, in this particular on the particular story to support this story. No real plans. Okay, let's leave that quickly. Liberia's President Weah marks 30 days without immediate plans for country. That is the sub-headlines under this particular headlines here. Okay, quickly. Massacre survivors support lawsuit against Liberian in the U.S. So this story here, I think it was yesterday, Wednesday, right? Yeah. One of them supposed to, I think James supposed to appear yesterday. Massacre survivors support lawsuit against Liberian in the USA. Quickly today, Booker Washington Institute principal accused of nepotism improprieties. Right, that's not a good one there for you. UN women meeting to change lives of rural women in Africa, and see a host of UN women there standing. Quickly to this, France pledges 10 million euro to Liberia immediate road maintenance. France pledges euro 10 million to Liberia immediate road maintenance. Okay, we're not talking about road construction, maintenance, to maintain the road, to fix all the potholes and things. So, all right, quickly today, Minister of State bids farewell to Chinese unmail contingent. Oh, okay, I see. Mr. Nathaniel McGill there, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. In fact, because he left in charge when the president was traveling, they left him in charge of the country. So that was the role he was playing there as a direct representative of the president. Civil society organizations discuss innovation methods to improve teaching in school. Civil society organizations discuss innovative methods to improve teaching in school. Leave that quickly today. DAR Nippon's senior manager visit Public Works Ministry. I don't know what DAR means, but hopefully some of you guys know. Transparency International Corruption Index puts Liberia at 122 out of 180. Transparency International Corruption Index puts Liberia at 122 out of 180. Whether it's good news or not good news, maybe looking for will make us to understand later on that one. No tenure position for public officials under Article 56 of 1986 Constitution of Liberia. No tenure position. I get some feedback. Please lower your receiver. No tenure opposition. No tenure position for public officials under Article 56 of 1986 Constitution of Liberia. These are the stories, except for the old ones. that we didn't touch because I was away yesterday. But let me just touch the old ones a little bit, and then we'll come back to my colleagues for them for analysis also. Diaspora reconciliation. Wakanda idea is that? What kind of idea is that? A review of Black Panther. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, I haven't seen this movie. I need to see this movie. Judges accuse Magistrate County Attorney of corruption in Nima County. Judge accuses Magistrate County Attorney of corruption in Nima County. If that body is clogged with corruption, then you'll forget it. I mean, nobody will get good justice. Okay, President George Weah seeks Paris aid to jumpstart government. That was the initial stage when he arrived there. So these are some of the stories there, colleagues. Nook, any thoughts on any of the stories here?
Where I'm looking at the one that I have to do with Article 56 of the Constitution. What it said, no tenure position.
Yeah, for public official.
Where it says all cabinet ministers, deputy and assistant minister, ambassadors, or councillors, superintendent of counties, and other government officials, both military and civilian, appointed by the president pursuant to the Constitution, shall hold to office at the pleasure of the president. So the GS, mark, and all the things, I don't know where they're coming from, because somewhere in the Constitution, I think it's Article 91, or I'm trying to get to it, where it says the government shall establish, okay, there's Article 89.
Yeah.
The following autonomous public commission shall be established: Civil Service Commission, Election Commission, General Auditing Commission. Those are all tenure positions. So I don't know what the person going with. But again, it's great to challenge the law, but let's go to the Supreme Court to interpret it. So you got two articles in the Constitution. One is saying certain offices got to be established by the legislature, and they are called to make laws. So if they make law and say, okay, this position is a tenure position, then how you go back to 56 and say, well, all government positions are not tenure. So that head to the Supreme Court to give an interpretation.
Yeah. But, I mean, in such, you think they have to be at the request of the citizen or the Supreme?
Well, it could be anybody can challenge it. I think what they're looking at is other government officials in 56. So, central bank is a government official. So now, go to court. The court will tell you we have the same problem with mayor. We have a law that says all mayor position is an elected position in Liberia. That was a 1976-79 law. President Ellen Johnson appointed Madam Mary Priest to be mayor of Swedru. And that position was challenged by CDC and Liberty Party. So the Supreme Court came out and said, okay, let's look at the article that says the president can appoint with consent. And it's a sub-political division. So they went into the law book, the black law book, and we look at sub-political division. Well, on a sub-political division, they have mayor, blah, blah, blah. So they came out and said, well, if the Constitution says sub-political division, the president can appoint, and mayor falls on a sub-political division, so the president is right. So that's why now the appointment of mayor is no more elected position. It used to be an elected position. But the Johnny Lewis Court decided to send you a challenge. The president authority, let's go local. So local.
Right.
So that took away the election of mayors in Liberia. It wasn't Ellen that did it. It was John Lewis Court. So now we got another one. The president can point, blah blah blah, and other government officials. Now we gotta go look at what is other government officials.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go to court.
Yeah, but the thing now, I mean, who is going to make the request? That's the thing, because of the way we are so much complacent of everything.
Well, anybody who feel affected, like the issue now with changing position of the central bank and other places, the way our government can go to court, can challenge and go to court using Article 56 of your foundation.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But to move anybody out of a tenure position, according to the law, it got to be for gross misconduct. That means corruption or something else. You can't just tell a man move. No.
Yeah, yeah. You must have you must have a case, and the case must have a substantial proof. And the person have to go through.
So if you amend the law right now, and then you go back to Article 21A, that says if the law wasn't advanced when a crime was committed, the new law cannot affect the person. So you got all these little yes, no yes that you got to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Loretta, any thought on that story? Then we move. Let's do the final story.
No.
Okay, let's see. Let's bring you this particular one, which is the front, which will be which of course will appear tomorrow morning on the page. They say, yeah, Liberia's president William Max 30 days without immediate plans for country. No real plans. That's a question mark. Let's take an excerpt of this story. Thursday, February first 30 days in office, yet Liberians are not aware of his immediate plans for the country. History tells us that the first 100 days of a presidential term took on symbolic significance during U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's first term in office, and the period is considered a yardstick to measure the early success of a president. Similar to the case of President Weir, President Roosevelt entered office amid the tumult of the Great Depression, with banks caving in and jobs vanishing. He set to work passing laws and establishing new government bureaus to curb the economy suffering. At the time, poverty was ubiquitous. Roughly 15 million people were unemployed. Over 20% of the U.S. population at the time, people waited in bread lines. Homelessness were rampant, and shanty towns popped up nationwide. But Roosevelt rose to the occasion and worked with a cooperative Democratic majority in Congress to lay the foundations for New Deal, a group of government programs that's, along with World War II, brought America out of the Great Depression. In his third radio speech, President Roosevelt offered a 3,000-word report on that he had accomplished in his first 100 days. He said, "I think that we all wanted the opportunity of a little quiet thought to examine and assimilate in a mental picture the crowding events of the 100 days which had been devoted to the starting of the wheels of the New Deal. We have built a granite foundation in a period of confusion." Since this speech, presidents around the world have attempted to emulate the legendary political trait of Mr. Roosevelt in their first 100 days. When former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took office in 2005, the country was virtually in ashes, every sector completely broken, economy at its worst, and the economy at its worst, and there was a relative crumbled foundation to build upon. In the midst of these towering challenges, Madam Sirleaf assembled the courage of present to the Liberian people and across the bold plan intended to be achieved in her first 150 days in office. This plan hinged on achieving quick and visible progress that reaches significant number of our people to gain momentum, consolidate, support, and establish the foundation and for sustained economic development. Among Madam Sirleaf's plans included the restoration of electricity to certain parts of Monrovia and maintaining a small but effective government, fighting corruption amongst other. These plans helped Liberians set their eyes on what to hope for within a specific period of time. The public adjudged Madam Sirleaf by those expected variables. Let's look at Weah now. Weah presented. What has Weah presented? That's the question. 2 days after President Weah was declared winner of the presidential elections in December 2017, he called a press conference at the headquarters of his Coalition for Democratic Change (CDC), which it is disclosed that his government will govern on a pro-poor agenda. That speech was, however, limited, falling short of expanding on what the pro-poor government will entail. President Weah's inauguration on January 22nd, 2018 showed a massive manifestation of the high level of confidence proposed in him by Liberians, especially the masses. Interestingly, the excitement and enthusiasm that engulfed thousands of Liberians at the sports complex and others who queued for miles to get to the venue signified a new dawn in the pages of Liberia. Ironically, the first pages of this new dawn were blotted with lofty assurances as contained in the inaugural address, igniting hope that buttresses his campaign slogan, "Hope for Change." The fight against corruption, empowering Liberian businesses, and empowering the economy were emphasized in the January 22nd speech. These were exactly what the masses wanted to hear. It is my belief that the most effective way to directly impact the poor and to narrow the gap between rich and poor is to ensure that public resources do not end up in the pockets of government officials, he said. In his first annual message, President Weah again raised hopes, though the disclosure of his government's agenda, which includes giving power to the people, economy and jobs, sustaining the peace and governing and transparency. To jumpstart that, he promised to reduce his salary and benefits by 25%, a political move that has ignited debate and exciting pressure on other branches of government. Finally, I'm not going to read everything. And the promising spree did not stop there. During his first Armed Forces Day celebration as Commander-in-Chief, the President again gave series of assurances to the uniformed men, women, promising to build the country's first military hospital and ensuring that service men and women have decent housing facility. Okay, let's get some reactions. Then we'll go to Nook and Loretta too, so we can wrap up. Okay, Sylvester Moses says here, we suspected this was coming but didn't know how soon. The question then is, what has EJS, that's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, agenda for transformation, AFT, and a 2030 vision hitched onto World Bank's global poverty education forecast done for Liberia. Vision 2030 is there. I think the president will continue with Vision 2030 anyway. Let's leave that. As of yet, the government has no specific plans in fighting corruption. The old slogan of the fight against corruption won't do. How is the incoming administration going to be accountable and transparent? For a change, let's be honest in word and deed. That's Ato Ta. Let's take this one quickly from another contributor, James Davis. Okay, from page Africa. Okay, this is an inexperienced government of generational change, using almost some of the old spare parts from the red race car that was parked in the garage for the last 12 years of the previous administration to do little but to carry out corruption. What plans should one expect to soon from this inexperienced government of generational change to deliver? Okay, let's leave that. Okay, let me come back to you guys. Any thoughts on the story? The propos thing? No real plans? We just lost Nook. Okay, finally, Loretta, I think Nook dropped out as well. The internet thing is causing problem now. Any thought on the story just before we wrap up?
Yeah, Max, as you were reading, the line was breaking in, so I didn't really get what you were actually reading through. But I managed to get some, but not all. Because you are breaking in.
The paper is saying that the 30 days or 100 days are normally these days now, every government, by the time you take power, they want you to tell the people want you to tell them what you're going to do in your first 100 days. So what from Pages Africa is saying, questioning here is that whether this government really have a real plans, because up to now we don't even know what are the priorities.
Yeah, so add up to that, I think that what we all saying the same thing, and we're looking up to the government to provide some of those things that they have in stock, because from the earlier stage, there was nothing said to us until during the campaign time. We didn't really say anything. They were when it all started, people were saying that it's about time now that we are coming and say something. And during his first speech, he didn't really say what people expected according to them. And here people start saying we should wait at least after the 90 days or 100 days or so. And when it start coming up again, then we're all looking forward to that. So we all want to hear what they got in stock for us, because it's their responsibility to tell us what they're there for, even though I'm part of the country. So that's why we put them there. Yeah. So when they're there now, then they have to deliver to us. Yeah. And that's what we all looking up to, waiting to hear from them, for them to tell us something. So I agree with that questioning.
Okay, let's say bye to the people as we come to the end. Thank you. In fact, let me say thank you to the both of you for agreeing to sit with me on this for the spin show. So thank you so much. But you can say bye to our wonderful listeners and wish them also a pleasant weekend.
Well, folks, I don't want to say bye, but I have to say bye. And I also want to say thanks for being there, for listening to us, and I hope we were able to feed with all the necessary information that require. Thanks once more, and we hope to see sometime next week.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, that's the voice of Loretta, all the way there from Norway. a co-presenter of the show, Honor the Palava Hot. Of course, which comes on weekday, Tuesday and Fridays, Honor the Palava Hot, from 11 o'clock, from 10 o'clock, let me say from 9:30, let me put it that way, especially depending on what we're discussing, but normally it starts from 10 o'clock. Alright, for tonight, we say, or this morning, or this evening from your end, we say thank you so much for being there, and thank you for listening, for following. We hear, we do it because of you, because you listen, because you also watch the show. Until then, next week, by the grace of God, we want to say we will bless your name for, we bless God for your name and for you being there. Thank you, and of course, bye-bye for this segment of the show for now. Alright, you tune right into Radio Live from where I sit and broadcast is 2 minutes to midnight UK time. Of course, the UK and Liberia are on the same time for now, especially because of the winter. By the time we get to summer, we will be ahead of them 1 hour. But no, yeah, we'll be ahead of them 1 hour. So it's great to be in your company, but we'll try to make a contact with the leadership of the Liberian community leadership in Paris, in France. Hopefully next week we'll bring them on the show. I think they will invite them on the Palava Hot show, so we can have them as guests, and we can discuss some issues relevant to their organization there, the Liberian community in France. And perhaps we can get to know their preparation for July 26th this year, what they have in stock. Okay. Last year year before last, I was invited to attend the July 26th celebration in Holland. The guys actually, they just told me, say, please come and cover our program. It was wonderful there. Yesterday was also wonderful to have come across so many of you, especially in that part of the world. And thanks for all of you, especially for some of you that actually who just saw me and were able to recognize me quickly and came to say hi. It's great. Thank you for the recognition, and thanks for recognizing the bits and pieces that some of us are doing in the interest of building Mama Liberia. It's great. But I will continue to propound on some of the issues. And let me just remind you, for some of you that's, perhaps you say things because you just want to say, or you want people to hear you. Before I say to say anything, I know. Either I will make my research before I say it. And this is why I don't use my platform to insult people. And this is why I advise some of you as well. The last time I did a post, and people started abusing each other under my post, and I advised that please, I wouldn't want my platform to be used for people insulting each other. In fact, some of them were even insulting other people's parents. This is absolutely wrong. I won't tolerate on let's say my social media outlets. I don't care what. We all have to work ensuring that indeed we get better service in Liberia from the government. Those who think that criticizing this government constructively is wrong, you better think again. You better think again. And just to remind the fellow, let me not even propound. Let me not give them the I don't know how they call it. I don't want to give them the prominence because I've already replied to them on my post. But and nothing going to deter me from saying the truth and from advancing my pieces of advice to this leadership. If President Weah really wants to change lives in Liberia for the better, hope for change, I mean, if the meaning is to be reflected, then, Mr. President, you need to work. There are people that are surrounding you who are very, very close to you. Some of them, you need to weed them out. You need to let go of them. They are there for themselves, not for us. This is why sometimes they keep whispering into your ears what they're telling you we don't know. And Mr. President, those that are actually very, very close to you, most of them, they don't know their responsibilities. And I will continue to say, Honorable Muna E. Penon Youngblood, you are not the special AD to the President. You are not the special aid to the President. Honorable Muna Youngblood, you are not the press secretary to the President. You are not. You are not. This issue of you taking over other people's responsibility when the president is carrying out his official duty is absolutely wrong, and you have to stop it. You got your district, your people in the district. You want to tell me everything is okay in your district? That you shouldn't focus on the people, on the work of your district? That you should take responsibility of being what? Press secretary? Being special aid to the president? I think you need to you need to go back in your closet and sit down and read and reflect on it. This what you posted 8 hours ago on your page. It's not your work. It's the work of the press secretary to the president. In fact, as far as releasing the information, that's the in-depth information on the president's visit should be the work of the minister of information. He was there. Eugene Nambe was there. That is part of the report that's supposed to come from the the government, and then being able to be passed by the Ministry of Information in close working relationship with the press office of the president. But this is what Honorable Mona Youngblood wrote yesterday. 8 hours ago. Hello, Liberians, my people, our people. Thank God for our safe arrival. Please let us do the math. 52,000 USD travel budget for 25 persons for 10 days have given us a result of 10 million euro. Let us start the debate. What debate you want call people to talk? Let me read it again. Hello, Liberians, my people, our people. Thank God for our safe arrival. Please let us do the math. 52,000 USD travel budget for 25 persons for 10 days have given us a result of 10 million euro. Let us start the debate. What debate? You know, until people are actually put in their right perspective, and a line of demarcation is drawn, and people are told their official duties, such overlapping will cause serious embarrassment to the president in the future. For everywhere, even we saw it during the inauguration. We saw it during the 54th legislative address by the president. Your Honorable, you are a representative. We're begging you, leave the job for the other people. The special aid is there. He has been given that job exclusively. Yesterday I saw him standing like a lame dog. Somebody that doesn't even know what is going on. Even when the president, this is an individual that's supposed to, by the time the president stand up, he should be on his alert. But even yesterday, Honorable Mona was more of AD, special aid to the president, than members of the team, an executive member of the entourage. Somebody have to know. Some of we keep telling them. You see me, you don't want to look at me, you don't want me to engage you. That's fine. But we're saying things going wrong. We have to tell you that things are not going right. Your attitude, the way you behaving, will cause an embarrassment, serious embarrassment tomorrow to the president. And it could even bring security issues as well. Because if you are overlapping and doing the work of a special aide or doing the work of the press secretary, it will cause an embarrassment. Yesterday you telling the president, let's go now. It's not your job. That is the work of the special aide to the president. It's not your job. You're not even the secretary to the president. Irrespective of whatever relationship that is between you, our question is we don't want to know. When it comes to functionality, once it comes to responsibility, there are boundary sets. A line of demarcations that you don't cross over the other one. By the time you stop somewhere, another person pick up from there. You're a representative. For God's sake, go and develop ideas that you will improve the people's life in that district. The rainy season will soon be coming. Your community will be locked up with water floating everywhere. It is now you're supposed to be working to open the alleyways, ensuring that your citizens in that community, people who have paid LEC for their meters and things, working on their behalf, calling the management to improve electricity in your community. And not for you to be sitting now in the president's office every day. And when you finish work, or maybe you have to pass to the president and go get briefing. Briefing what? Briefing on what? It's not your work. Every community in Liberia, every constituency, there are issues there. There are quests to transform people's lives there. That is why we elected you people. Some of where you're living, sir, there is no access to your own house, to your own homes. Or you try your best. You from the main road, you try your best and makes the road just to lead to your house, and you forget about the rest of the community. You stop it right there. Go into your fence, come out. That's it. That's it. So is that a true representation of your people? Some of these communities across Mosurado County, across the country, rainy seasons coming again, they will be locked up. The rain will fall and the water, the erosion going in people's homes and things. This dry season, that's the time to find solution. Dig gutters, pave the waterways so that by the time the rainy season comes, the water will be finding its way somewhere easy that it won't be going in people's houses. LEC is in a mess. People went to LEC and paid for their meters. The people, for them to come and install the meter that the people paid, so they have to go and bribe them. LEC is making the government losing revenues every day. You guys are not even talking about that. Not inviting the LEC management to come and explain why is it that people are paying for their meters and they can't get it a year, 6 months, or whatsoever. People don't get their meters. People are willing to be paying their bills so at least they can have electricity and make cold water, make ice, make some kind of cool air for them to survive on. They are willing to pay because once that meter is there, you have to put money in there. So the more money the people continue to put in, that's how we generate funds for the government. And then the people go to LEC and pay for their meters. Nobody get time for them. Every day they will tell you the meter is not here. But by the time you go and bribe, you get them someone at $50 or $100, they will come and install it. You're there as a representative. These are the issues that some of you are supposed to stand for the people, for your community, especially in the house. And now you're giving yourself more job to do. More job. You got a representative position that you're supposed to focus on and concentrate on improving the life of your people in your community. Visit schools and see which school needs help. You call community meetings and find out where you need to tackle in terms of service delivery for your community. We're not sitting down with the president or traveling with the president here and there whatsoever. or being a special aide to the president. You are an eloquent woman. I have interviewed you. I have interacted with you. You speak and you analyze things very, very sensibly. Why are you bringing yourself down like this? Why? Frustrating, man. All right, let me say thank you so much. It's already about 17 minutes past 1 a.m. here in the United Kingdom. It's already Saturday morning. I'm going to take my break. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon we will come back to do a special edition on talking on some issues as well. And I will continue to propound on this issue. Yeah, Mona, you don't want to see me, you see me. But I'll continue to propound on it. In fact, tomorrow afternoon, if I come 2 o'clock, 2:30 to discuss Ramadan issue, I might come back again. Tomorrow you'll have time, you'll watch me live. But you need to go back to your constituency. The president's office is not your office. The executive mansion is not your office. From the Capitol building to your constituency. Unless the president can come out and tell us, say, the president have given you additional role and give you another appointment. Now, if that would be, feasible, then we will tell again. Let the president come and tell us that maybe he has given you a role to be in a special, maybe special secretary also. But until then, we're not going to sit there to watch you doing what you're doing. It's wrong. I'm not going to sit there. I will talk until we can put in the proper perspective. Already, the president, he's still up, as far as I know, as far as my observation is concerned, up to now, our president is still feeling like, he doesn't even know yet where he is. Let me be frank. And people like you smart. People, I don't even expect you to be behaving the way you're behaving. You are smart. You are a smart lady. You're eloquent. Or you think the other guys that are around the president, the weak, those that got the responsibility to do what they're supposed to do, the weak? Come on, man. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you. It's enough. Very much enough. Give me 1 minute. Let me see what I can connect the electricity current and then wrap up this segment. So on this note, I want to say thank you so much. Adolphus, you came in very, very late, I think. Adolphus, Mary too, you came in late. But it's always good. Aminata, thank you so much for your contribution. Thanks to all of you for your contribution. By the grace of God, like I said, tomorrow afternoon I will be back here. I'm trying my best. Hopefully next week I'll have Honorable Mona Pelham Youngblood to be my studio guest on my talk show and some of these things. And once you agree to come on, we will cover a lot of things, a lot of stuff and things. Sadly, this long video will not be kept. I will delete it immediately as I'm done with the show. This one was just for live coverage and a live reception. I'm not going to keep it. It's very, very lengthy. But for those of you, if you missed yesterday live coverage at the visit of the president in Paris, you can still go on my page and watch the entire program. It will only be there tomorrow, and then it will be sent to my YouTube channel, and it won't be on Facebook any longer. If you want to watch it or in the future, it will be somewhere on my YouTube channel as well. So thank you. On this note, I want to say It's a pleasure. It has been a great pleasure being in your home, in your car, at your office as well. Until then, I love you and I love Mama Liberia. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia. And thank God for the safe arrival of the president and his intervention. Thank God you guys arrived safely back home, whatever it is. For some of us, we just continue to push for a change that will reflect on the people of Liberia. My criticism will never be negative, except for those limited individuals that will term it to be that way. But when I criticize, I make sure I advance my proposals and suggestions for a change. Until then, we all need to work together to move Mama Liberia forward. We will not relent. Let us not have any fear. For those of you that are on the internet, on social media, postings, writing stuff, and proposing to the government what we need to do, let's continue to do it. Okay, time is right for me to just send control back to New York City, where Tunis is standing by to take you to another level of programming here. But until then, from my end, if you want to continue listening to Radio LIB, I'm not sure my colleague will be live. You can go to www.radiolib.com. www.radiolib.com. Radio LIB normally, we are 24/7 radio station. From one program to another, but great entertainment here, music-wise as well. From my end, once again, let me say, I love you all. Thank you. And thanks especially to my family, new ones that I met in Paris yesterday, day before yesterday or so. For some of you that were so quick to recognize Max, and thanks for your recognition as well. Thanks for thanking me. And thank you also for following. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye for now. Have a good night. Have a good day. Hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow. By 2 o'clock Liberian time, I will be on live.
Out of darkness into the light, experience the moment of truth. The joy of a lifetime is here. Radio LIB, Liberia's #1 online radio station. You listening to Radio LIB, Liberia's #1 online radio station.
Bye.
In order to provide you with quality round-the-clock programming and entertainment, your #1 station depends on its listeners' donations. Please donate to Radio LIB by clicking on the Donations tab at the top of the webpage. Radio LIB appreciates any amount donated to keep the station running. Thank you for listening to Radio LIB, and thank you for donating to Radio LIB.